Hello, in this video I'm going to be giving you an overview of the Sybiz Vision Fixed Assets module. So let's just start by going into the maintenance mode of one of the fixed assets just to explain a few of the concepts as we go. So I'm just going to go down to Depreciation Books just to explain that you can have one or many depreciation books. So out of the box you have a company book, so that's for your internal management accounts, and then you can add other depreciation books. So I have a tax book here, and they can be for different rates or different calculation methods, different frequencies, etc. So you've got that flexibility there to run multiple depreciation books within your system. You can record technical information about the asset, maintenance information, link the asset to relevant insurance policies, and do things such as include pictures, one or many pictures of the assets. So that's just a very brief tour of the fixed asset maintenance. And I'll just step back a little bit into the fixed asset lookups just to show you the number of depreciation calculation methods that you have at your disposal. So if I go to depreciation methods, you'll see there's 9 there that ship out of the box. And then you even have the ability to add your own, so you can make them very, very complex if you so choose. So you've got a lot of flexibility there as far as the depreciation methods are concerned. The next thing that I'm going to show you is the Depreciation Run, and we'll just go in and do that now. And I'm just going to do that for the company book at this point in time. And it's the end of December, and so what I need to do is generate the lines. And what's happening behind the scenes is there's a lot of calculations going on. You saw all those different depreciation methods that we have at our disposal. So some of these assets will be fully depreciated at the end of this run. Others will still be ticking over. So it's gone and generated all those lines, and I'm just going to process that through now. And again, there's a lot of stuff happening in the background, a lot of calculations being made depending on the depreciation methods, and you'll see that's gone through. Now I'm just going to choose my tax depreciation book, and I'm in an Australian database here, so the 31st of December is actually halfway through our financial year. So when I go to generate lines, I'm not going to get anything because I'm doing annual depreciation relative to the Australian financial year for my tax depreciation book. So that's just a couple of those concepts there. And with that, we'll go through to one of the reports. Instead of using the menus there, I'm just going to use the Control Q for quick launch and just type a few words from the depreciation schedule report and run that. And I'm going to run that relative to the current period and just put that into preview mode. So the depreciation schedule report is quite powerful, and there's actually a separate YouTube clip that we have for that report. And you'll see here it's calculated all of my depreciation on those assets, and I can scroll down and see what the depreciation charge has been for the current month. So I'm just going to close out of that now. And as I said, there's a separate clip all about the depreciation schedule. So next I'm going to talk a little bit about other transactions. So I'm just going to go to the creditors area here and just show you that fixed asset lines can also be used in things like purchase requisitions, purchase orders, all the way through the purchase invoice process. So I'm just going to open this one that I've prepared earlier. So you'll see fixed asset line. I can create a new fixed asset on the fly. Obviously this is all depending on the security permissions that have been applied to me, and that purchase requisition can go through that purchase approval process, become a purchase order, and then through to the actual purchase invoice and acquisition. So speaking of acquisitions and journals in general, we'll just now take a look at the fixed asset journals. And again, there's a separate clip on fixed asset journals, particularly in the context of your initial take up. So I won't talk too much about the journals at this point, but what I did want to show you is just a disposal of a fixed asset, just to show you some of the intelligence built into the system. So this is the building that we looked at originally. We're actually going to be replacing that. And you'll see my transaction date here is the 15th of January. So I've calculated my depreciation up to the 31st of December. I haven't yet got to the 31st of January for my next depreciation run. And this particular disposal is happening part way through. So the system actually has enough intelligence when I process that particular journal through. And what we'll do now is we'll go and have a look at the history on this particular asset. We'll go to the company books, and you'll see that I'll just increase my date range here. I'll just go through to the end of January, for example, and you'll see here that not only has it done the disposal, it's calculated the gain on that disposal as well. So it's that intelligent. Not only has it calculated the gain, it's taken into consideration any residual depreciation that has been required to occur. You'll see this last line here for depreciation. It's the 1541 that is done on the fly because I've disposed of this fixed asset between my depreciation runs. So that's just some of the power in the Sybiz Fixed Assets module. Thank you for watching, and thank you for choosing Sybiz.